I can hear you.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get started then. Welcome everyone to Innovation Ohio, and we're happy to be doing this press conference in conjunction with our partners at Progress Ohio and several surrogates who have come out to speak to the issue of student loans, and particularly this debate that we're having in the country regarding how to do the offset for the student loan fix. And so I am Janetta King, the president of Innovation Ohio. I'll be serving as MC today to make sure that we keep this rolling and make sure we get all of the speakers in an organized fashion, make this easy for you. A report and a press release is here at the front of the room if anybody would like to see that. And with that, I'll go ahead and open it up and turn it over to Dale Butlin, who serves as the communications director for Innovation Ohio, to talk a little bit about the lead-in to our report.
Well, thank you, Janetta, and good morning, everybody. I have a small group of media members here, but it's a select group. This morning, Innovation Ohio is releasing a new study dealing with congressional activity related to the college student loan program. As you probably know, unless Congress takes action, interest rates on subsidized Stafford loans will reset on July 1st and double to 6.8% from the current rate of 3.4%. Now, this would be devastating for Ohio's and the nation's college students for several reasons. First, the Stafford loan program is the nation's largest, used by some 7.4 million college students. Second, college students are already taking on massive debt in order to fund their educations, graduating with an average loan debt, national average loan debt of $25,000. Third, a doubling of the Stafford loan interest rate would add an estimated $1,000 per college year in interest payments for the average student borrower over the life of his or her loan. Now, this added burden, which comes to about 20% more in interest payments, could cause many students either to transfer out of their current schools or to drop out of college altogether. I might add that the spike in interest rates could also lead to more borrower defaults, which could be damaging to the nation's economy as a whole, given that student debt now tops $1 trillion, more than both total credit card debt and auto loan debt. Here in Ohio, the impact of interest rates doubling would be especially severe. About 380,000 Ohio students use Stafford loans, and our study has found that the average Ohio graduate leaves school with a loan debt of $27,717, which is considerably higher than the national average of $25,000. Now, the Congressional Budget Office says that keeping interest rates at 3.4% will cost $6 billion. The good news is that congressional Democrats and Republicans both agree that interest rates should be kept at 3.4%. The bad news is that they do not agree on how to pay for it. On April 24th, Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid, along with Ohio Senator Sherrod Brown and others, introduced a bill that would pay the cost by closing down a corporate tax loophole for wealthier owners and employees of so-called S corporations, which allows them to avoid paying payroll taxes, Social Security and Medicare taxes. Exactly how this bill would work, this provision would work, is a little complicated, but it's in our report, and I'd be happy to explain it to you further in the question and answer period if you'd like. But for now, let me just say that this change would only apply to those people earning over $250,000 per year, and only to S corporations in which the lion's share of income is generated by 3 or fewer shareholders. The Senate is expected to vote on this bill soon, perhaps as early as this week. Over in the Republican-controlled House, it's a different story. As you may have noticed, over the last few years, Republicans don't like to close tax loopholes, especially for upper-income people. So instead, on April 27th, the House passed a bill, H.R. 4628, which calls for eliminating the Prevention and Public Health Fund of the Affordable Care Act. This fund sends money to the states for things like breast and cervical cancer screenings for women, immunizations for children, and a host of programs designed to combat chronic diseases like heart disease and diabetes. Our study has found that since 2010, Ohio has received $17 million in grants from this fund. Zeroing out the prevention fund would save, and I use the word save advisedly and in quotes, would save $11.9 billion. Now I put the word save in quotes for reasons that Janetta will explain momentarily. For now, I'll merely point out that the $12 billion that House Republicans want to take from shutting down the prevention fund is twice as much as they need to pay for keeping college interest rates low, which, as you'll recall, only cost $6 billion. So the IO study that we're releasing today examines the prevention fund, what it pays for, why it's important, and what the impact on Ohio will be if it's eliminated. And here to talk about that is Innovation Ohio's President, Janetta.